Hi Dollies from Lily Pads. It's video 3 of a series of videos made on how to use borders, on how to create borders for No3, the Mixed Media Monthly. I am using Media Monthly April 2016 collaboration kit. I will also be using Lynn Marie's Rainy Word Arts and Lynn Marie's Scribble Journal Spots and Lynn Marie's Sketchbook 09 for different techniques on how to create and make your own borders. Here I open up, I started with this squiggly flourish doodle. I really like it, and it's just the shape of it, it's fun. It's something I would use in my art journaling. So I'm gonna start with that. We're gonna create on this one. I immediately put it on a corner because I want to create a corner piece or a border that is a corner piece. I'm gonna put it pretty close. Right there. That looks good. And then I'm gonna go here, and the trick here is you're gonna click, you're gonna command or control click depending on your Mac or and Windows. And you're gonna command click on the thumbnail, and that's gonna put the little selection or marching ants, like some people like to call it, around that layer that you selected. Then I'm gonna come over here to layer, select, modify, expand. Here's where we're gonna go a little crazy. Before I was telling you like a expand of 10 because you just want to make sure that it covers everything. Now we're gonna go crazy. Now you can do pretty big, and this is a trial and error depending of how big you like. I think 100, it's pretty cool. And I'm gonna say select OK for 100. It's gonna take a little while it expands that selection, and you can see it there. This is like amazing and really cool, and I like it. And I especially like doing this when I have text. Say why, well, you see how it gets like this shape of the letters, and it looks like somebody actually came and cut it out with the scissors, which is really cool. Now I'm in the layer that has the doodle selected. I'm gonna do a command because I'm in the Mac, command and click on create new layer. That will create a new layer underneath my current layer and will make my new layer active. Then I'm gonna bring my paint bucket, and right now it says white. I'm just gonna dunk all my white into this selection. I'm gonna do command D to deselect. You see all those curvy goodness. I really like that. See, I really like that. Like now you have like a corner border piece that is really cool. You could, again, this white piece could be considered a mask, so you can come over here and look for a paper. Let's see, oh, I like that. How about if we do black paper, and you're gonna go like, ooh, black paper with black lettering. This is not gonna work, but we're gonna make it work, okay? So we are going to make this work. Don't worry. It's just like the texture that this black paper has. It's like, you see, like looks like gesso and with the white in between, and then paintbrush, and it's just really good black paper. And I'm gonna do option command G for the Mac would be to do a mask of a layer that is on top of another layer, so it's gonna mask one on top of the other. Sorry, my machine, it's a little slow today. Might be because I'm running Chrome in the background, so let's see. Okay. So maybe. We'll see how this goes. Okay. I'm gonna do Command E. I'm gonna commit to it. We'll see what happens. And now you can't see the text, and you're gonna go like, oh, that does not look good. I'm gonna go back to my text, and I am gonna change the blending tool. And I did another video for one of my pages the other day, and it's all about blending and how this blending layers changes your complete outlook of the page. So I'm gonna do difference and see how that looks. And that doesn't give me much. Let's do divide. Divide changes is too wide, which I kind of like. I kind of like that one. Well, I'm gonna keep divide. I like it because it reminds me of the Posca paint pens that are out there right now. They look very, very solid like this. So I like this. I am gonna keep these two. I'm gonna be happy with them, and I'm gonna link them. So that's one thing that you could do. Another thing you could do with these scratchy little things that it's in the add-on, you could see, I'm gonna copy a few of these. I'm gonna kind of connect them. I'm making another one. And it's the other one. Oops. I'm so sorry that I'm moving the wrong one. Okay. There we go. Now I have all three of them. I'm just selecting them. When I am matching them like this, one thing that I'd like to do is merge them. So now there are only one layer. And Command E in the Mac will merge for you. Now we could do the same thing. We could go here and we're first thing first, Command or Control on the thumbnail. That will select, do an active selecting of your item, in this case our squiggly lines and circles. Then you're going to do select, modify, expand. And I'm going to do, instead of doing 100, let's do 50. I'm going to see a more reserved, a smaller selection. Then again, Command, create new layer, creates a new layer on the bottom, but it's still selected. I get my paint bucket, Command D to deselect. Now you have this really, really cool border now. You could use just the paint mask that you created, or you can use it with your border on top. And you know what? I think I really like that black. I might actually bring that black all over again. I know, crazy. I should have kept it and just do a copy, but I wasn't sure about the black, and now I'm really sure that I really like it. And maybe then I can do some contrast on some white, some black India ink lookalike text or word art, very big here, or just paint splatters. I'm not sure yet. One of the things that people ask me is like, how do you know what you're going to create? I don't. I usually do not know what's going to come out, and I'm okay with that. I embrace it. I say, yes, I'm going to do this, and if I don't like it, I keep changing it until I like it. If it's not going anywhere into a plane where I would say I like what I'm doing, I can start from scratch again with no issues. For me, it's the creative process that I enjoy the most. Yes, I can tell. Of course, I love the end result, but it's just a playing around. So as soon as it does not look, it's giving me too much of a trouble, I would stop, because I want my creative process to be a positive experience, even if I am are journaling about something that has been tough or a moment in my life that it's not been the best. Okay? I usually like to keep these connected with my links. I link the layers so when I move them around they move together. And I actually really like that black against the purplish pink. For those that are following this series of videos, I've been using the same purple pinkish background for all 3 videos, and all the pages look amazingly different. Another thing that we could do is I would definitely copy and paste this. I will duplicate it because I really like how that turned out. Oh, one thing, when you do this, did you notice how I have still squiggly lines without a cover? That's because when you create this selection layer, it only selects the area that is active, that it's actually your canvas. I am going to embrace this and go here. I'm actually gonna hide my black. I'm gonna actually hide my black and hide my black. So that's gonna leave me with my white, and I'm gonna go back to my layers. I'm gonna put it as normal because I want my black now again as a contrast of this black here. Okay, so those are different uses. Other examples of those doodles from No3 that, as you can tell, I'm falling in love with. I'm just gonna, are these guys. Actually, this is the original. This arrow, I think it's so cool. And so what I ended up doing is I copied and pasted it, and the normal would have been here, and I said, oh, you know what, we can make this, move it here, and I could come over here with the lasso, the polygonal lasso tool, and I could just go and make up like I'm cutting this. You can use your shift key so they're kind of straight, but I kind of like the funkiness of not being perfect and just looking more like something that you would actually cut out, you know, with your scissors and paper. So, and I'm still doing the same steps that I just showed you. Don't get scared because that one is white and the other one is black. It's just that it's over one of my 2 doodles. Oh, what a cool border you just created. That looks like you just cut it out and you could paste it into your mixed media. Another one that she has that it's super cool is this square. They look like little blocks. Let's see if my machine decides to show it to you. The other shape is this one with the blocks, so you could do the same thing, or you could like just select a few blocks here and there, and make sure you have this second selection of your lasso tool that is add to selection. So what it does is adds to your selection so you don't lose your first selection. And then you can create a new layer. Same thing. Fill bucket. And make sure you put this behind your layer. And then you can put different papers in there, and then you can make another selection on top of that, and you can create a very, very cool border. I will come back with another idea. And this one is going to be using more brushes. So be ready and check video number 4. Thanks for watching. This is Delise for the Lily Pad.